Hello and welcome back, Commanders and Commanderettes. Chesty Puller here with another War Commander video. This is on the Wolfpacks event. This is for low levels. It is easy to get it all. Here's how you do it. Pay attention. Please watch the whole video because until I get to a certain point, I can't show you all of the tricks. Okay? So we have to get a few of these bases done, but I want to show you how to do this entire event, if you wish, by only doing the um, the mission track. Okay, now this guy is a low level. I helped him out in the last event, and he's made huge progress. You noticed his warhogs were just level 4. That means they can only hold one workshop on them. Um, Notice he hasn't started the event. He has 0 tokens. He hasn't purchased anything. He doesn't have any XP. So this is right from the start how to get everything that you need in less than an hour. Okay? And after that hour, you can go ahead and start getting some of the big boy toys. Okay? But I'm showing you now. Make sure you put the It's Electric op on, and make sure you put the well, you don't have to have the helicopter on, but it just makes it easier for you to get around. Um, so um, here we go. Base 1. Now, last event I helped him to get the Albert Ross, but to show you that you don't need the Albert Ross, we're going to do it a different way. We're going to do it this way with just 2 Warhogs. Okay. See, he has the Albert Ross, but we're not going to use it. And then we're going to show you in just a few minutes how we are going to get the Lionhearts, and we're going to get the Lionheart workshop, all by doing the mission track. Now, if you've got 2 Warhogs, it doesn't matter what workshop you've got on them, but if you played the last event, they gave you free Warhogs for tokens, and they gave you free gold tech for those warhogs. So you should have the gold tech, but if you don't, any tech will do. Those warhogs are great for this content. Now for the base defense, look at this base. It sucks. This is a terrible base setup. He doesn't have anything in there. He doesn't even have any walls, okay? And he doesn't have any turret on his CC. He just has the shield on his CC, which is okay. You guys can put the shield on there, and that'll protect your CC, because once the enemy kills your CC, the the wave is over. So if you put the shield on, that's fine. I'm gonna recommend um, maybe putting the shield on. If you do put the ricochet on, that's the most powerful one. But once you put the ricochet on and it starts shooting the enemy's going to try to target the CC. So maybe it's better to just put the shield on. Okay? So what did he defend with? He defended with what you should have been given absolutely for free, which was 10 um, um, level 10 cannons. I'm sorry, level 10 cannons, 7 of them, and 1 Oxford. And the Oxford, I believe, is level 1. Okay, the Oxford's level 1, and his cannons are level 10 with all the workshop, because they gave the workshop to everybody. I heard there was just a few people that didn't get the cannons, but like 99% of the people got the cannons. Okay, so here's the good news. Let's say no matter what you try, if you don't have the cannons and you just put cosmortars in there, you should be good. The base itself isn't doing the defense. The units inside the base are doing the defense. So I believe you can do it with cosmortars. Cosmortars don't shoot air until they reach level 21, I think. So you need to have or level I can't remember what the level is for Cosmortars, but they don't shoot air right away. So you'll need something else in there. If you've got a couple of cannons and you don't have enough to fill up the base, then do a mix of cannons and Cosmortars. Notice here we're just using the two Warhogs, and it's free repair. It's really fast, and here we got 8 more tokens. Now that may not seem like a lot, okay, but these tokens are super uh, effective for getting units and prizes and gold tech. The gold tech is worth between 350 and 400,000 regular XP, right? So you can buy the gold tech with one token. Now it's limited. They only let you buy the same number of gold tech that you for the units that you buy. Let's say you buy two uh, cannons. Well, then they'll let you buy two gold tech for those cannons. Okay. Let's say you buy two warhogs. Then they should let you buy two gold tech for those warhogs. So the tokens. Notice here. Let's talk about the defense on this base. The base isn't doing anything. The cannons are doing all the defense, and the cannons, no, most things that will end up in those purple clouds will die almost instantly. The cannons have armor that is what do they call it? They call it thorium resistant armor. So they have armor that's resistant to that thorium fog or that thorium storm or whatever you want to call it. But that number 5 base or that number 5 defense right there, which is the second actual base defense, is worth 20 tokens. And then this base right here, we're going to do it again with two Warhogs. Just two Warhogs. Boom. And that's free repair. And like I said, it doesn't matter what tech that you have on there. It doesn't really matter. Even if they're level ones, they'll do the space with free repair. And they do it so fast that they really can't take much damage, which is a really cool thing. Now, I just wanted to finish because that's the first go around there on this mission track. I wanted to finish the mission track once with just using the two Warhogs so that I could show you that you can do it. If you do not have two Warhogs, they are in the token store for 4 tokens. So if you have to do this a couple of uh, bases without having the Warhogs, no problem. You can get through those other bases using almost anything, including Cosmortars or cannons or whatever you need. But it's just so much faster with the Warhogs. See, there's two Warhogs right there that you can get for 8 tokens. Now we purchased these two Lionhearts, right? Now that's like, with just the few tokens that we used, don't spend your tokens on anything other than the Lionhearts. Just get the Lionhearts and get the Lionhearts build boost. Wait for see the red icon in the top right corner? Wait for that to go out. Otherwise, when you use these build boost tokens, it'll reset your base and you'll have to start over again. Wait for that. If that red light is on, don't do any changing. Wait for that red light to go out. Okay. So now we've got the two. Now we've got the two uh, Lionhearts built. We're going to go ahead and put them into the air platoon here. I got to make some room here. I'll take something out and put it in here. We'll move this fighter company and let's see, put the fire company over here. And now we'll go ahead and we'll test the Lionhearts. Remember, the Lionhearts are level 1. We're about 10 minutes into this event, and we already have 2 Lionhearts, and we already have them built, and we're already going to test them. Now, I think that they're too slow, but there's a bonus to them. They shoot air, the Warhogs do not. So the combination between the two of these units are going to be very, very helpful. Um, so we should be able to do this base here with these Lionhearts, but um, it's going to be um, it's going to be a little bit slower. So you don't want to use these. Just go ahead and use the Warhogs. Um, yeah, they're too slow, but it doesn't look like they're going to take that much damage. And remember, they don't have any workshop on, and they are just level 1s. And I just wanted to test them because clearly, um, these bases are not difficult. They're not difficult. Um, and I also believe that these Lionhearts also have um, thorium resistant armor. So the thorium's not going to instantly kill them. All right. There's a there's a glitch on the defensive waves. I wanted to let you guys know about it. If your units aren't moving, remember I had them already on aggressive, and it's supposed to save them on aggressive. But see, the aggressive is gone. The F or the fist has gone, and so you either have to click on them or highlight them and put them back on aggressive. And for sure, on the second defensive wave, that's the 5th attack, you definitely want to make sure that that's on aggressive because they are doing all of the work. If they sit there, you might be in trouble. But here's the good news. If for some reason you fail on a defensive wave, reset your base, take a look at what you've got, make sure your bunkers have something in them, diviners or something in them, and because you can't use the legendary units in here. Well, actually, you might be able to use the legendary units. Usually, they tell you there's a message that pops up and says you can't use any legendary units. But if you can get away with it, legendary units are the best. Um, so you notice all of these prizes in here. You're going to get them all, but each one of those gold techs is worth about, let's say, 400,000 XP or 300,000 XP, something like that. Um, so you're going to get all of those prizes, but in the tokens, you see, you're going to buy these XPs down at the bottom. Don't worry about any of those other units until later, because now we've got 200,000 XP. That first gold tech, which is not available in the tokens, is available in the prize store for regular XP, and we just every time you use 25 tokens, you get 100,000 XP. So after doing this just a couple of times, you're going to have enough to buy all of your gold tech. Um, and in about an hour, less than an hour, because remember that that op that I have up there, the it's electric op, only lasts for an hour, and And before that op runs out, you're going to have everything that you need in this event. um, so it looks like we're stacking up those metals too down at the bottom, and you wanna take those metals and buy the units, because if you buy those units, then you see those metals down in the bottom. I don't know if you can see them or not. Those little gold boxes in the bottom right hand corner, right there, that I'm getting right now. Those are going to stack up your metals, and then you can go in and buy the units. And if you buy the units, that's less tokens that you have to use in this event and next event. And then you can use those tokens toward the 25 tokens for the additional event XP. It's really, really a cool thing that KIXEYE has done. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the Albert Ross, and the point here is to just do it as quickly as possible. I already showed you that it can be done without Albert Ross, but because we've got him, I'm going to go ahead and use it. We're going to try to just speed this up as quickly as possible. There's another 8 tokens, and it's of course free repair. And notice we haven't taken any damage, right? And we haven't taken any damage on our base. We haven't taken any damage on our units on the base because they reset now. Just make sure, if you fail, try to get through this number 2 defense wave, because if you can, that's 20 tokens, right? But if you can't, see how it says skip right there? You can skip. I hit go ahead and defend, but there was a white button right there that you can press to skip. If you just can't get through this wave, but I promise you, if you do it the way I'm showing you, you can, because this guy's base might as well not even be there. It might as well be a blank base. His base isn't doing anything. It's the Oxfords, the cannon, and other things. If you have the Morning Star, the Morning Star will be a big help. Put the Morning Star in there. He doesn't have the Morning Star. He hasn't been very active. He's like got 7 parts for the Morning Star. Doesn't have all 8 of them yet. But the Morning Star is a big help for base defense, right? As long as it's not um, a legendary unit, they should let you have it in there. And by the way, notice that this base has changed. The direction that everything is coming in is different. And I think that's one of the changes that they do. They say they make it more difficult, but I think that what they're really meaning is they make it coming in from different angles so that you can't preset your base for, a better defense, right? So by spreading out the cannons the way I have them, I have a total of 8 cannons, 7 cannons and 1 Oxford, and I have 1, 2, 3 at the top, 1, 2, 3 at the bottom, and then 1 at the east and 1 at the west, and that's a total of 8. And then whatever other units that you can get in there. Try to put in, last stand defenders, and put in missiles in the missile silos, and do whatever you can to increase your base defenses. Put things in the bunkers, and just do whatever you can, but try to be able to get through that second defensive wave. If I can do it on that guy's base, for sure you can do it. I believe that base is doable as long as you have the cannons and the Oxford, even if you didn't have, even if your base was like a level 10. This can be done by any level. What I'm showing you can be done by any level. I really get tired of people going, oh, I can't do it. I don't have the units that you have. I don't have, I'm not your level, and so on and like this. When every time I show people, I know it works because I help lower levels do it that don't really have a chance, right? They don't have a chance. The lower levels on this game really don't have a chance. So that's why I'm showing you how you actually do have a chance. KIXEYE makes it so that you can do the event, and it's just do you know about this or not? Um, like what this guy, I guess, had been doing is finishing the event one time and getting the 2 units, but not getting the gold tech, and then that's it. It just didn't do it again, and never built up to the point that he could actually do the soldier base or do the commander base. I will tell you this, not on this video right here because I don't have enough time, but I'm going to take his base and I'm going to do the commander set, and I'll show you because that's why I got the two what do you call it? The two lion hearts, because I'm going to use the two lion hearts to do the commander set, even though they're level 1, even though all they have is the gold tech. Uh, so it might not be free repair, but it's not going to be too bad. I'm going to try to do it with free repair, and I believe that it is possible for me to do it with free repair with just the two lion hearts that I'm getting right there. Uh, and I might use a bunch of other units as well. Whatever he's got, I'm going to try to use it. I'll use some cannons. I'll use some Cos mortars. He doesn't have the gold tech for his Cos mortars for some reason, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but I think we can get it done. So make sure that you highlight um, your units and get them going on aggressive. You notice that I had to get them going again because they were stuck again for this base defense. But actually, I'm kind of excited that we can help some of the lower levels get going. This is going to be a game changer for you if you follow these instructions. It's going to be a game changer. Okay, so we are able to buy more XP, and then if you go to the prizes, we can buy the gold tech. All right, and still, we're only like 20 minutes into this event, and we've got the 2 new units and the gold tech already for one of them. And that adds 100 range to this unit. And so with the 100 range, it's going to be much better. We've already tried it without any workshop on it, and it's able to do the event pretty much, uh, without much damage. But as I said, what you want to do is, do it as quickly as possible. These aren't going to be as fast, but we'll go ahead and test it here. One has workshop, and then we'll use one one of the Warhogs, but again, free repair. But the thing is, you want to do it as quickly as possible. So if you have the Albert Ross, just do the Albert Ross. You'll take less damage. It'll be fast, and so basically, I think you're starting to get the idea. You do the event, the main track. You don't have to do the soldier set or the commander set. You do the main track over and over. Again, this is for low levels. This is for extremely low levels and people that don't have things to do the normal uh, events, right? And it's not that slow, is what I want to say. It's not that slow, and you can get everything that you need. And this is a game changer because if you follow this technique, you're going to up your account every single event. Now, this works for not just the main event, the monthly event, but it works for most of the events. There's a way to do something so that you can progress um, and build your account up so that you're strong enough to go out and just do the commander set, right? Do the highest level bases. Here again, the units are stuck. For some reason, the aggressive has fallen off. So you can either highlight them like that, or you can click on them, double click on them, and um, and then put them on aggressive. See, Albert Ross, even though he's not Albert Ross, but Oxford, even though I did put him on aggressive, he's just sitting there. So sometimes you might need to move him a few inches like that in order to get him to go. Once they're moving, you should be good. And if they do get stuck in a purple cloud too much, you might lose one, but you should be okay. But trust me on this, you can do this second level defense with these cannons. And if you don't get it the first time, it's no loss, right? It's cost you a minute or two, and uh, you get a free repair on everything, including your base. So your base goes back to 100%. I believe even your what do you call it? Your mines go back to 100%. So there's no excuse not to at least try to get that second defense done. Because that's 20 tokens, and 20 tokens is a lot. Um, yeah, if as we were saying, some of those tokens are worth 400,000, right? Because you're getting like high level gold tech, right? So 20 tokens times 400,000 is 8 million, right? So you're getting 8 million from one defense wave, right? Or one base like this because you get 20 tokens from this, right? So literally the tokens are worth a lot. Okay? When I say the 20 tokens are worth a lot, that's I mean like, to go out and get 8 million in an event, you would have to have boosts on and do 8 commander sets, okay? And you're getting that much value for your tokens in just a shorter period of time. Now, once you start buying the XP, pardon me, the 100,000 XP for 25 tokens, then it's not worth quite as much. Then 25 tokens is worth 100,000 XP, right? But while you're buying the gold tech, one uh, token is worth 350 or 400,000 XP, depending on what you're buying, right? I think I tried to calculate it and average it out, like what the tokens are, and it's somewhere around 150 to 200,000 XP for every for every token. And the more tokens that you get and the more things you use, the value actually goes down after a period of time. The value would go down on those because you would be buying things that were of less value, like the 25 tokens for 200,000 XP. Every time you bought that, the value of your tokens goes down a little bit. But if you're a low level and you can't do the soldier set and you can't do the commander set, then this is definitely the way to go. So, yeah, I think you guys are definitely getting the idea here. But just hang on just for another minute, and I'll show you here. Um, that you can get every single thing in there plus I mean look at all the units that you're getting. You're getting so many units in that prize store. You're getting so many, and you're getting all of that tech, and that's going to up your game. If you don't have those units, now you do, and they give you really, recent units like the uh, the Warhog. They gave you two more Warhogs, and that is the unit from the last event, which is pretty cool. They used to hold something away from you for about 3 months, and then by the time you did get it, it was obsolete. Right now, the Warhog is a great unit for progression of your base because you can do almost every rogue faction base with the Warhog. Almost every rogue faction base. I've got a video out there on the Albert Ross, and by himself, he can do almost every rogue faction base. You use 3 or 4 Warhogs, and you can do every single rogue faction base. As a matter of fact, in this event, I show how that the Albert Ross takes out the the uh, the sector goal base, the 1000, the Omega, um, what is it? The Omega uh, Krug base, and that is I just fly the Albert Ross in there one time. You do that base in about 15 seconds, and then you clean it up with a couple of Cosmortars or cannons at the end. Very, very simple base. Because the Albert Ross will take out the Krug in one pass. That's the Omega Krug, too. By the way, for those of you that didn't notice, Krug was Kruger's elite vehicle, and it was stolen from Kruger. If you guys are following along on the on the storyline, I really don't follow along on the storyline, but Krug, it was Kruger's private elite vehicle, but then something happened, and two of the E and the R fell off of the fell off of the name, and so they just thought it was the Krug, but it's actually the Kruger. And Kruger is one of the enemies that we face in these events. Just like right now um, for the Shadow Ops, we're getting an air unit that is one of the other enemies' primary vehicles. For sure, the hardest thing to do, because obviously the attack bases are very easy. The first defense wave is very easy. This second defense wave is the biggest challenge to the mission track, but it's also the highest payout. It's 20 uh, tokens. And if you look at this base, I mean, there is no way that anyone should not be able to do this as long as they have cannons, because the cannons shoot air and ground, and there is some air coming in here. So um, I did this for another low-level base, and he did not have 7 cannons. I think he had 3 cannons for some reason. And so I used 3 cannons, and the rest I used. He had Ridgewalkers. Now, Ridgewalkers are good, but they don't shoot air until that's the one that doesn't shoot air until it reaches level 21, and his are like level 10. So I used 6 Ridgewalkers and 3 cannons, and the 3 cannons took out all the air, but barely. So it's better to have the 7 cannons and the 1 Oxford. because, or at least it's better to have all units that shoot air. If you've got your cos mortars up to where they shoot air, that's good. Then use those. I think maybe the cos mortars are level 20 before they shoot air. They add an air cannon, I think. I'll have to look that up. I'm not sure. But remember here, when you're buying these token prizes, okay, don't buy anything other than the XP at the start. Don't buy the XP at the start. Only buy the XP to start with. Okay. Looks like the game froze. Yeah, I got to restart. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. If you see that it starts getting sluggish like that, just restart. Now, as I was saying, don't waste uh, buying these other things until you get the gold tech for both of the for both of your um, the new unit is called what is it? The Lionheart, right? Get your two Lionhearts and then get your gold tech. After you get your gold tech, then you can come in and start getting some of these other units. But try to get all the units first, and then all the gold tech, and then all the silver tech. And if you don't get the bronze tech, well, you get so much of that bronze tech anyway. You can even take a look at it. Once you get to 10 of any one tech, you really don't need to buy any more. But I like to go in and buy all of it because it's only one. It's only one token. And so now we've got the gold tech for both of the Lionhearts. And I think we're only like 35 minutes into this event, and we've got the gold tech for two of them. That's 600,000, or no, 630,000 XP, right? So uh, now that shows that you can go out and get, like, if you don't have all your parts yet for one of your units, go ahead and get them. This is the time to do it. I don't know how many times you can do this before it starts to get difficult, but I have heard that it doesn't get difficult for quite a while. I've never done it to the point where it's gotten difficult. Um, I know that they changed the defensive waves up a little bit. And here, now this is, by the way, this is the level 6 base, okay? So this is the higher end of all the bases that you're going to attack. And we're trying these two Lionhearts on their own. And because they're so slow, and because they're just sitting there, they're going to get stuck in the poison cloud, right? Or not the poison cloud, the the thorium cloud right there, like that. And so he's taking a little bit of damage sitting in there. Yes, he is thorium resistant armor, but you know, it's okay because even if, remember, we've got 4 air platoons, so even if 5 if you include the base defense air platoon, but 4 attack platoons, right? So even if we take a little bit of damage on here, it doesn't matter. We can do the next base with our other 2 um, um, platoons while while we're repairing these, because I don't think these are going to be free repair. Not going to be much, like a minute worth of repair time or something. Looks like each one of them has one. That one's 6 and 7. Okay, so it's just it was just a test anyway, right? These are level 1s with only one workshop, but they were able to do the hardest attack base on the mission track, right? But you watch, I am going to put a video out. I'm going to do with this guy's base right here. I'm going to do, because this is not my base, remember, this is a low level base with crappy units, and I'm just showing people how to do the event. And then really there shouldn't be an excuse. You can't say, "Oh, I don't have your units. I'm not your level. I don't have your defenses on your base." And you don't have that stuff, but you can do it. So That's going to be pretty much it for this video. You get the idea. After you get those 2 gold tech, get every single item in here. Um, the thorium is not a good deal. Don't buy the thorium, okay? And don't buy the lower level XP. Just buy that one big XP, okay? That's the best value. And then, but buy every unit and buy every workshop and everything like that. See, that one is already repaired. We're going to go do the second one. And remember, now we can use 3 different platoons, Bravo, Delta, and Tango, while Alpha is still repairing. So even if you do take damage on one of your air units, spread it out over the 4 units so that one unit can repair while the other 3 are doing the work. So, all right, guys. Well, I hope this was helpful. You should be able to rock this event and every event in the future now that you know this tactic. Good luck. Hope it's helpful.